Norway is pulling away in the overall medal count, adding 6 more today. Host nation Italy is still in the second spot after adding 4. Team USA is in third position even without adding a medal on Sunday. Let's recap all the top stories from Day 9 at the Winter Olympics. In ice hockey, the U.S. men clinched the top spot in Group C with a 5-1 win over Germany. Austin Matthews scored a pair of goals, and Connor Hellebuyck came so close to getting a shutout, but still picked up his second win in net with 23 saves. By winning the group, Team USA advances directly to the quarterfinals, which begin on Wednesday. On the mountain, Michaela Schifrin's Olympic drought continues as the 3-time medalist failed to find the podium in the women's giant slalom. She finished 11th, while Italy's Federica Brignone won gold for the second time in these games. In speed skating, Erin Jackson, who won gold in the women's 500 meters in Beijing, came up short on her bid to repeat. Netherlands speedster Femke Kok brought home her second medal of these games and set a new Olympic record in the process. The United States also qualified for the semifinals in team pursuit. In free ski, Mac Forehand topped the field in men's big air qualification runs. He'll lead a team of 3 U.S. skiers into the final round on Tuesday. In curling, the U.S. was undefeated in round-robin play in both the men's and women's fields. Team Casper sits at 4-2, while Team Peterson is 4-1 so far. Both teams are currently in playoff position. Finally, in figure skating, both of Team USA's entries in pairs finished in the top 10 during Sunday evening's short program. Ellie Kam and Danny O'Shea ranked 7th headed into Monday's free skate. For the latest news on everything from Milano Cortina, keep watching, reading, and following Yahoo Sports.
Hey everyone, it's Nathan Chen. We just finished the pair short program and we had some slightly surprising skates. The favorites coming into this event, the Japanese team, put down their lift, which cost them quite a few points, somewhere around the ballpark of 6 points. The lift is typically a more consistent element, but it's sometimes these consistent elements that can cause problems, and when you do make a mistake there, it causes a lot of downstream issues, and currently they are 5th after the short program, but they definitely have the ability to come back in the free program with a really impressive free program and make up some of those point deficits, maybe to, again, be in a position where they might be able to lead. The U.S. teams did quite well. They both skated very clean, and both in the top 10, which is great, and we can definitely look forward to some really great skates coming into the free program. Ellie and Danny were certainly the MVPs of the team event, and I think they were really the team that got us to a point where we were in contention for that gold medal. And so as long as they can do what they did in the team event, skate as clean as they basically did in the team, they'll be in a great spot to end up in the top 10.
All right, women's long track speed skating, 500 meters, the classic sprint. The Dutch went 1-2. Femke Kok just made history, new Olympic record. The margin of victory was 0.66 seconds, over half a second over second place. The largest winning margin since 1972, 54 years. The Dutch have always been exceptional in long track speed skating. They've got a long, rich history of being dominant for decades, but the elusive 500 meters has somehow not been within their reach until tonight. And Femke Kok, who was silver in the women's 1,000 meters, swapped positions with Jutta Leerdam, who won the 1,000, who now, Jutta won 500 meters silver medal. And Femke Kok absolutely crushed it tonight. Our gal, let's talk about the Americans for a second. Erin Jackson, the reigning Olympic champion in the 500 meters. Exceptional, crossing over from inline speed skating over to ice. Only a few years of training. So gifted genetically, so incredibly explosive. She had a great race in the first 150 to 200 meters. To me, it looked like she was running a little bit. When I say running in long track speed skating, it looks like she was pushing back versus what we call pushing to the side and getting that full range of motion every time that she was actually extending and transferring her weight. I don't know if she was a little bit rushed or she was just trying to get a higher cadence of foot speed there, but she finished in 5th place. Tonight was really all about the Dutch with the 1-2. Exceptional job by the Dutch once again, and they've got a ton of confidence. They are winning many medals across the skating events. We saw last night in short track speed skating, Jens, who was the existing 1,000-meter Olympic champion just a couple of days prior, won the 1,500 meters. So they have something that they are doing exceptionally well. They're timing their physical peak, which is so hard. You got 4 to 8 years of training destined for this one race in the women's 500 meters, which is just, 30, this is a half a minute long. I mean, it's really exceptional, all about power, precision, and technically these athletes are skating so well. So the Americans just off the podium. There's still more races to come. There's a lot more action. We hope you tune in. Long track speed skating, and I'll see you at the short track rink in a couple of days.
What an incredible giant slalom we saw. It was a fast course. The snow looked perfect. It looked like the course was set faster than a normal GS. And you really saw that in the first run with Federica Brignoni and Sofia Goggia having incredible runs from behind. Normally the top ranked racers start at the front of the pack and they set the pace while everyone tries to catch up. This time, Federica Brignoni came from the back and set down the time to beat. Going into that second run, all the pressure was on Federica Brignoni, but I was in that position when I won the Olympics, and from the outside, it can seem like a lot of pressure, but from the inside, it's like, okay, I know I'm skiing fast. I already proved it. I didn't do anything special in the first run and came down with this incredible time. So now I'm going to go out there and just do the same thing. And I loved watching and hearing on the coach's team radio. They just said something simple. They said, go get that gold. So Michaela was, she's always a favorite when it comes to a tech event because she's an incredible skier. But coming into these Olympics, she had that accident in giant slalom over a year ago. And I kind of had a feeling this course would be too fast for her. And she loves the harder, icier snow. So I think we all had high hopes for a surprise, but we also knew that it would take a very special day for Michaela to do well in this giant slalom. So looking forward to seeing her in the slalom. I think the snow conditions aren't her favorite, and I'm really hoping she finds that next level because, she wasn't able to find that in the combined and she wasn't able to find it in the giant slalom. We know her. She's a true champion. She's going to go back and study her videos and really figure out what it's going to take to win the gold. I'm really looking forward to the men's slalom and the women's slalom. 2 more events left in the Olympics, and they're going to be great.
Folks, we've hit double digits. Here's what you need to know on day 10 from Milano Cortina. We've reached the Final Four in women's ice hockey, and Team USA will take on Sweden in the semifinals. Both teams won their respective groups with 4-0 records, and they've allowed just 3 goals in the Olympic tournament combined. In alpine skiing, medals will be handed out. Check that. Medals will be won in men's slalom. Team USA's River Radomus looks to improve on his American best 17th place finish in the giant slalom on Saturday. In short track speed skating, Kristen Santos Griswold qualified for the women's 1,000 meter skate. The U.S. is still looking for its first short track medal in these Olympics. Over in bobsled, Team USA's Alana Myers-Taylor, Kaylee Armbruster-Humphreys, and Keisha Love, who really ought to give herself a third name, are all in the top 5 in the women's monobob. They'll all be gunning for the podium with the final 2 runs under the lights in Cortina. A new event debuts in ski jumping with the men's super team event. Team USA's Tate Franz and Kevin Bickner will try to fly their way to a podium in a multiple round elimination contest. And folks, please use caution when searching up the term ski jumping in this year's Olympics. Finally, in figure skating, Danny O'Shea and Ellie Kam will lead Team USA at the pairs free skate. The last medal for the United States in pairs came all the way back in 1988. For all the best news, notes, and reactions from the Winter Olympics, keep following, watching, and reading Yahoo Sports.